nerds, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, it's not going to be an informational video, it's just gonna be a sit down and play with makeup kind of video. So I got in my very first Linda Hallberg eye palette and this is such a beauty. So I thought, let's just have a sit down, play around and see where this ends up. If you're excited, please keep on watching. Alright, let's start off with base. I am going to use a protectant. I'm going to use the DERMASHIELD to protect my eyelids because I have never tried this before and I don't know what the pigments could do, so I'm going to protect my eyelids by applying a little bit of DERMASHIELD. So for those of you who don't know this is like a barrier that sets between your skin and the makeup product so that pigment cannot seep into the skin. And it is a wonder of a product because every pigment I've ever tried has not withstood the power of this. Alright, so once we've done that, I'm gonna go in with a new purchase. So this is going to be like a little bit of a first impression on UOMA Beauty. Now, I haven't tried this before and I ordered 2 different shades. There's a difference. They've got like a few lines for different skin shades. So I've got White Pearl T2N, which is a neutral undertone, and Fair Lady T1N. So I'm going to be mixing these 2 to create my foundation shade. I always go a little bit up and a little bit down, so I can always find a middle ground somewhere. Alright, so they're quite watery. You can see them dripping down on my skin. So let's get in with a buffing brush and see where this takes us. Oh shit, that's pigmented, but not too pigmented. Okay, so the texture is really light. And it smells amazing. Now that covers up the redness really beautifully. I can't go up too high because then I'll cover my brow area and I don't want to cover that now that they're so pretty and pearly white. Alright, this is going into the personal favorites because it is very comfortable, it is really pigmented, and it just covers about everything I want a foundation to cover without looking cakey, which is really important. Yay for UOMA. Alright, so you guys know that the JOUER Cosmetics Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer is a absolute favorite of mine, but I've been using a white concealer by a different brand to lift up certain areas. Now, I made a purchase of almost every color of JOUER Cosmetics concealers that you could think of, and now I found a really beautiful pale one, almost white, that I can use to lift some areas up. So let's get to the concealer part. I've got a few leftover pimples on my skin, so let's cover those up. Going in with my trusted S165 Cozzette brush. I think it will be very hard for me to find another favorite concealer like this. I've got a few that I can always use and that I'm always happy about, and this one is right at the top of the list. There you go, every pimple is covered. Now let's go in with that snow shade to see how well it does at lifting up certain areas. Now these for me are the points that I really want to lift up. So it's the under eye crease, it is the nasal labial folds, and it is the shadows underneath that bother me the most. So let's blend it out, see how well it does. That is just stunning. I just tap that white in because I want it to be concentrated and stay in that specific area. I'm a fan. I'm just gonna quickly set the whole makeup with my RCMA No Color Powder, which will forever be a favorite. Now I also will forever go for translucent powders because they don't change the way your concealer is applied. Now, if you go in with a colored face powder, that whole ridge is going to be visible again, which counteracts everything we've done so far. So to shape the face a little bit more, I'm going to go in with contour. And I picked up a new product in Paris at Sephora. So this is the Shade and Light by Kat Von D. Now, this is a little less ashy than the Ciroc, for example, but it does the job beautifully. I'm going to grab onto a Smashbox flat shader brush, which is a little bit more dense. And I'm going to use that for a little nose contour. I do like to give a little bit of definition to my nose, especially the tip, and especially if you're using a full cover foundation. Now I'm going to leave the rest of the face for later on, because I first want to focus on the eyes and see where I end up before taking it to a whole other level. I'm gonna go in with the DANESSA MYRICKS Waterproof Cream Palette, and this is the Vivid palette. So I'm just gonna slide that open and I'm gonna dip into that really vivid green. Now these palettes are beyond pigmented, so I just wanna grab onto a tiny bit and see where it takes me before dipping in for some more. Fun thing about not having colored brows at the moment is that I can go way bigger with my eyeshadows and way bigger with any color placement. So I'm gonna use the entire lid, fill that right in. Now this also works really well as a beautiful transition shade towards the brow bone. So you just make use of that base by blending it out really, really softly and gently up towards the brow. The fun thing about creating shapes with cream shadows is you don't have to be that gentle about it. It's not set in stone the moment you place it on your skin. Now let's include that lower lash line. I'm going to bring this down quite low because it is also a transition shade. And that is also why I didn't bother placing any concealer on my lower lash line. I could seriously just leave it like that and just go out the door, gringing people all over the place. But we've got more fun stuff to do today. So I am gonna go in with the Delilah Cosmetics waterproof eye pencil. This is called the Eyeline Longwear Retractable Pencil, and it is the black shade. So I'm gonna use this to fill in the lash line for a little bit more intensity around there. I'm gonna grab onto the number 9 Cozzette to just diffuse that black so it doesn't stay that much of a harsh line. But it doesn't have to be neat because we are placing eyeshadows on top of it. Now that we've got a whole lot of green on the screen, I'm gonna go in with the Linda Hallberg Enchanted Mysteries palette. And the first shade, obviously, that I'm dipping into is this shade. First up, I'm gonna go in with a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna go into Laguna. I'm just gonna press that onto the entire lid. Linda, what are you doing to me? That is beautiful. Once I've filled in the entire lid, I'm gonna go in with the REPHR 01. Just gonna grab a little bit more product and start blending out those edges into that neon green. I usually grab one of these. This is the S185 by Cozzette to just blend out those edges really smoothly without changing the grander form. See how that neon green has really helped to define our shape and to blend out that beautiful green. Alright, I'm gonna grab onto the Anastasia Beverly Hills A14 to just press that green onto the lower lash line. So it is time to shape a little bit more. So there is this stunning black in there, which is called Void. And I'm just going to intensify the outer corners with this black. I thought it might be even more shimmery, but I'm actually quite happy it isn't. And it's blending into that green really, really nicely. Just going to go into that crease, especially because this brush is so tiny. I can just deepen the shade a little bit, letting that little reflection in the center of the lid pop out even more. I'm just really curious to see what this will do, so I'm gonna grab onto a little bit. And this is the 230 pencil by ZOEVA. I'm gonna pop that right into the inner corner. As you can see, it has a tiny bit of a blue reflection, so let me see what it does when I pop it onto the center of the lid. Makes it look even more jewel toned. I still want to deepen up that lash line. I'm grabbing it with the number 9 Cozzette brush again. So I'm just going to apply it onto the spots where we already applied that DELILAH eye pencil. I think it's time to pop on a little bit of mascara, so I'm just going to curl my lashes. This is the Laura Mercier lash curler. But I still have that Surratt eyelash curler on my wish list, so I need to order that ASAP. But for now, I'm just going to pop up my mascara. This is the YSL, the Shock Mascara, a personal favourite. And I'm just going to do very chunky lashes. And I like to blink against my applicator, because it just slides the lashes through. I think I can use a little bit of black in my lower waterline just to intensify everything else. And then pop some mascara on there as well. Now to finish off the eye look, I'm just going to grab onto a little bit of clear brow gel by the Brow Girl, just to brush everything up. Now, I'm really happy I left the skin for what it was for now. I'm first going to go in with a red lipstick to finish off this look, and then see if the skin can use a little extra. So I'm going to go in with the ILMAKIAGE liquid lipstick, and this is the colour Matte Geisha. I usually just colour in the lips for the larger part before going in with a lip brush, just to finalise everything. See, because this won't do. So I put a little bit on the back of my hand, grab onto a lip brush, and then just work out the details. You can see it turning matte really, really quickly. This might not be very YouTube of me, but I quite like the overall paleness of the skin with the two very intense colour aspects. But I would like to add a little bit of a highlighter. So I ordered some new stuff from Beauty Bay, and I also ordered this incredibly big Beyond Powder Highlighter by ILLAMASQUE. And look, I did not expect it to be so big. I mean, this is huge. You could do forever with this, especially because it's baked. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a brush and let's pop it on. Oh! Haha! Okay. That's quite hefty. That is really intense, but damn, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm living. I'm living. I mean, you don't have to do it as bold as me, but I am living for this Fester Adams green kind of vibe. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed my video, please pop a like down below or subscribe to my channel or something. I'm not made for this. The whole please subscribe to my channel thing is just really awkward. But please do. Yeah, this was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!